You know what time it is. Actually, when you see this, you should know that it's BRP 50 season. The ninth annual BRP 50 list is dropping Juneteenth. And with Juneteenth, with BRP 50 season comes Math wants us to do content. I think one of the things we've been doing over, I guess, the last 3-4 years has been having conversations with wrestlers, with creators, people in the space, people that you've seen, and you know, so we can have conversations about this thing that brings us all together. And I think this may be one of the more unique conversations we've had, primarily because I don't think we've talked to anybody whose job is to bring you the photos, and you've seen her work. I mean, if you've seen DtfMania on your Twitter, on your IG, on your TikTok, wherever you've seen that watermark somewhere. Hell, you probably seen this content up on WWE socials in general. It's quality. She catches ill moments, and I think examining the last year in pro wrestling, especially for Black Superstars, with her. Again, I feel unique is the word that I use, and that's what I'm going to stick with. And I have one random question for her before we start anything, but let me bring her to the stage. Danielle, aka DtfMania, welcome to the
Hi.
Black Rasslin podcast. Take that applause for you. How you doing?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. I'm glad we're getting to speak. I feel like we ran into each other in Philly briefly. It was, but like I don't know anybody, and if you see
Mhm,
me and then don't see me, it's because I just be gone. I Black Irish goodbye a whole situation.
mhm.
But in seeing, I was watching a video that you did. Shout out those wrestling girls. And there's one comment that you mentioned, because I always knew you were in Florida. You're a Jersey girl.
Yes, I am born and raised.
I'm born in Trenton. I'm living in Hamilton probably until the day I check out. Where in Jersey you from?
So I'm basically from Central Jersey. I was
Okay.
actually born in Manhattan, but I was raised in New Jersey.
Okay.
I lived all over Central Jersey. I lived in Woodbridge, Edison, New Brunswick, Perth Amboy. You name
Damn.
it,
Okay.
we lived there at some point.
Shout out my one of my uncles is in Perth Amboy. Should still be in Perth Amboy. Him and his gaggle of kids. But no, I had no idea. So shout out.
Mhm,
Let me get an applause for the Jersey girl in the building.
mhm,
And actually the other thing that I picked up from that interview that I thought was very interesting, you said that you were watching during the Attitude Era,
mhm,
dipped out, came back around 2018.
mhm,
If I'm not mistaken, it was Roman
mhm,
Reigns. Like you and
mhm,
Mimi have something in common. Uh,
mhm,
and you started taking photos at NXT. You never
mhm.
had any, like, there was nothing photography in high school and nothing like that at all for you?
No. So I I'm older, so like I watched wrestling during the Attitude Era. I That's the time I grew up. And then at one point wrestling became embarrassing. So like I stopped watching.
Right, right.
So I didn't come back around until like 2018. My first ever show back was the Royal Rumble 30 man versus one in Orlando,
Ah,
Florida. And
mm-hmm.
when I found out they did free shows here in Orlando, I was like, okay. I knew I wanted to do something in the wrestling business. I just didn't know what. Like at that time, WWE shop influencers was really big, and I was like, I don't really like being in front of the camera.
Facts.
So I just picked up a camera, and I was like, let's see how this works, and it it took off. I mean, it was a slow beginning, but then I started building like a relationship with some of the wrestlers in NXT, and then it really turned around for me. What was my big blow? Was Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Monet,
Mm-hmm.
Royal Rumble photo of her in the Sailor Moon outfit doing the split, and it
Right,
really
right.
took off from there.
Uh, that's crazy. And I mean, could you figure that? I mean, it's been. I mean, I guess if it's been about 8 years or so since you've been back, and I guess roughly about six
Hmm.
or 5 or 6 since you've been really been
Hmm.
doing it. That's a good amount of time. I mean,
Hmm.
what are you somebody who, like? All right, so you start taking photos. Like, I not
Hmm.
only do I like doing this, but I'm starting to network, and people are starting
Hmm.
to see and recognize what's going on. Are
Hmm.
you I'm going on YouTube to search more about cameras. Like, did you start to like find a love for photography, or
I
are you
mhm.
go ahead?
Yeah, no, I again like photography, like some people do go to class. I picked up a camera and like just learned, you know, playing with different like photography is basically like what story you're trying to tell, and like I had to find like what I wanted to represent and what I wanted to show, and I wanted to people to see people from my point of view and what I'm seeing. So I do watch like TikToks and I do watch like YouTubes just to get an idea, but it's really me like trial and error what I like and what I don't like. I mean, I can pick up a camera that the most popular photographer has, but if I don't know what I'm doing, then it really doesn't matter what gear. It's what you're doing with the photos.
Exactly. I actually love that. I don't want to say I don't have a passion for podcasting, but like it's not like it was something I was necessarily like seeking out to do. It's something it was something to do, and I think I feel the kind of it's great to feel that it's more you trying to get something out. And this just happened to be the medium that you're most comfortable with, and that you've actually starting to get some momentum with. I mean, that I feel like I'm underselling what's going on there. You've been able to do some amazing stuff and hit some amazing points. And I think in the last year, I wanted to go through some photos I grabbed from your Twitter page and kind of get insight from you about it. And I think this is probably one of my favorite places to start. This is Evolution 2025. I remember that night. I was sitting somewhere around here, just excited about the fact that this happened. There was not only did she get that briefcase, but she took that title. Where are you? Are you able to maneuver around it during a PLE? Like, what's your status? Are you stationary in one spot? How does that work for you at an event?
Yeah, so this was in Atlanta, and I bought a ramp seat. So with my camera gears all depends on the arenas, what their camera policy is. So I think I had like just a Sony point and shoot, and I brought it in, and her coming in was just so fast. Everything. So by the time she came out, hit her move and won the belt, she was like running back, and I will say, if you sit next to me at a show, I am locked in. I'm not talking to you like unless it's during commercial break. I am focused because things do happen so quickly, and I'm not trying to aim to get the moment, but I want to be able to capture a good moment, or at least get people to feel what's actually going on, like at that very moment.
It's interesting to I like that. People need to remember that when Danielle has that camera in her hand at the PLE, she is working. All right, remember that. No disrespect, but she working. Talk to her after the show. But how often, how often is it that you're getting like press access or media access to events versus you going? Because I'm Evolution was a big deal. I'm assuming you just wanted to be in the building anyway, but I mean, you also know you're going to work. Are you getting more media passes from WWE now? Does it depend on the situation?
So it's really hard because with photography, you need an assignment. So you need they need a reason to let you take photos. So when I do get media passes in the press box, which is like way up where Sting sits. So, and I also like to be in the crowd because it's a lot more fun when you're like immersed with everyone. Yeah. So I do buy my own tickets. I mean, I have been blessed to get media access before, but like I like to be in with the people. I like to feel what's actually going on and like feel the emotions of when something major is happening. So I do have a camera in hand, and I have my phone and my other recording the moments, and you'll literally see me at some moments like freaking out. I wish I can like show you the video of when CM Punk returned, because I had my camera in one hand and I had my phone, and you see me like literally throw my phone somewhere because like he's come out, and I was like, what is going on? Right. I don't know if you ever saw the video of the CM Punk guy. He's like, Chicago. I'm literally right behind him. I am right behind him, and people are on me trying to get CM Punk, and I'm trying to take photos and also fight for my life, like because CM Punk is like right next to me.
It's interesting I love the fact that you say you like being in the people. When I go to events or go to shows or whatever, I love a press screening, love a press box, whatever the case may be, but I prefer to be with the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how else you could. I mean, it's one of those things where, you know, being blessed to have like opportunities to go to shows, and there's always that thing where it's like, oh, I love going to WrestleManias, and like it's the first time, or like the first time somebody's been to a live wrestling event, and they're realizing I'm not going to hear Michael Cole or somebody, you know, like they're understanding how different it is, and I think part of that really is sitting with the crowd and hearing, you know, the little kid who's 8 years old but is clearly a big fan rattling off who they think is gonna, like, you kind of need all that type of stuff. But I do wonder, do you like when something like this happens, do you sometimes wish that you're just there, dare I say, as a civilian? Like, damn, I just want to experience Naomi doing this and not have to also be, you know, documenting my passion?
No, because I love it. I like to have that moment. Like, media is so big, and I to be able to capture a major moment, I will forever have this like photo to like, yeah, I was there, and I, you know, took the photo of her winning her belt since what, 2018? Like, what was the last time? It was a while.
It was a while.
So, and plus it was the second all women's pay-per-view. Like, I like to have like those big memories like saved in my camera. Like, it's so fun to go my camera roll and like go back and be like, I was there for this.
I was there. This isn't a WWE.com photo. This was off my phone.
Yeah.
Now, let's go back into your camera roll. And I thought these photos were interesting. I believe these were from the John Cena's last match. I wanted this monster. I love this shot. I love this shot, but really, like, is this a different filter? What camera are you using for this? Is this like a Kodak? What are we working with here?
Yeah, this is a 35 millimeter film camera. I'm really starting to get into film, and I bought this camera off of Facebook Market, and I like bought Portrait 800 film. And I brought this camera to DC. I was like, I could bring my Margot Port shoot, but like, it's Saturday Night Main Event, and it's like so retro. I was like, okay, well, a film camera is better for this type of show where it's like old school, and you want that like 80s vibes. I was like, oh, let me just bring this film camera. And like with film, you never know. Like, I can't see what I'm taking a photo of, so it's like the surprise of when you get the film back, and you're like, ooh, I love this.
Yeah. So you had no idea you had this just sitting in the archives.
I had no idea.
This is a monster right here, and I imagine that the people were I will say this night it felt different because it felt like Oba really got that WWE introduction. For you, I mean, can you go back to that moment? What was it like for you being in the crowd and being able to experience that moment of Oba really getting that shine from the universe like that?
Yeah, I mean, just everyone that night, like Oba got a huge like ovation. Like, everyone's like chanting his name, going to his beat. Even Javon Evans got a huge pop. Leon Slater. It's so amazing to see Black like men getting, you know, the love that they deserve, because all three of them are amazing wrestlers. 100%. So just to see them get the love and just see how far, because when I first saw Oba, it was in NXT. So, right. To see him now, like, that's why I love like living in Orlando and going to NXT, because I got to see a lot of people from the very beginning, and then see them go to the main roster. And it's so crazy to see how major Oba has become. Like, I was there for WrestleMania and his match with Brock. And I haven't posted, but like I have a photo. Yeah.
There's a couple that I was watching, but keep going.
Yeah, I haven't posted, but I have a photo of the moment that Brock and Oba first like see each other, like they go eye to eye, and like it's just so crazy to see. Like, Oba is just amazing. He has the charisma, he has the look, he has the talent, and I can't wait to see like what's next for him. And now Brock is back for, I think, round two. I'm so excited for the future of Oba Femi, and I hope they stay on the right path with him, because they have a huge star.
I think that's been the conversation this will be coming out closer to the 50, but the conversation we've been having since really, I guess, since Vegas, Mania 42 has been, all right, you did this, you really got to get this one right, and but it makes me in getting this right, we're what right now, right before they go to Italy. Do you would you go to Italy? Do you get hit up, or do you have play? Because WWE is getting international. Like, what's your passport situation like with the photography?
Oh, I would love to. But I don't know if I've been to Italy, so I don't know if I'm gonna go somewhere, I'm gonna be somewhere I've never been. Like, if they ever went to Japan for a major show, if they ever did like a Mania in Japan, I would for sure. It was like pack my bags and make a whole vacation out of Japan. Like
100%.
And I think I actually want to do like a Mexico show, because the lucha in Mexico is like just a different like experience. So I for sure, if they ever went did a huge show international, I would do Mexico and Japan. I did the Puerto Rico show, and I hate that no one wanted to go to Puerto Rico.
I was thinking about
you would
that.
Experience the vibe in Puerto Rico. It was just insane.
Every time people talk about Bad Bunny, especially like during the Super Bowl, I love that people made sure they went back to Backlash, because that I'm getting the hairs on my arms are sticking up right now. Just you could you could feel it coming out the screen. It felt like it was so alive. But I mean, you should probably when is DtfMania? I mean, the WWE.
It's September.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be 2 days, and I mean I don't know how much you catch their Saturday show, but them shows be hot. You probably would get a really, depending on what, I mean I would imagine they'd have a Dom or a Penna down there, but depending on what they're booking, you could probably get bangers down there for real.
I know. The thing is WWE keeps changing their like schedule, so it's like I'm waiting to find out if they're still doing New Orleans, because I want to go back there. So. It's really up to them. Like, once they give me a set schedule, then I get to like maneuver which shows I want to attend. But so far, New Orleans is like my next move. If not, maybe Mexico.
No, I think it would be ill to see you in Mexico, and I feel like if you went there and you were doing like film and like trying a bunch of different things, because the crowds there's so much color with just the people there. It's us, but it's like it's different. They're so more rabid, for lack of a better term. I did want to say, you mentioned going to NXT. Do you hit NXT still often, or how often are you hitting those shows now?
So I mean, a lot of people don't realize that going to NXT is like a full day event. Like you get there super early at Full Sail to line up to take a shuttle to the Performance Center. Then you're there to watch the show. Then you have to take a shuttle back, and it's like, do I want to? It's really hot outside. Like, do I want to be in the scorching heat waiting for a shuttle? And it's just like people are not lying that the NXT people are a special breed. So it's I have to have patience, and like I'm hot already, so we'll see. I would love to. I mean, I haven't really been like immersed with the new class, so I would love to go back, because like I see Nikki Blackheart is there.
Yes.
I want to see Evil, but I don't know what his new NXT's name is. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I don't want to pronounce it.
Yeah, I don't want to. Exactly. I was thinking about it, but I was like, is the K there or the R there? But anyway, keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I would love to, because I used to be like really solid with going, and that's how I built like a lot of relationships with people. Like, I knew like a lot of them before they went to the main roster. Right. So I need to go back. I might go back. I just need the energy.
I think you need the energy, and it's interesting because it's like NXT right now. It feels like it's not fresh, but there's a lot of new faces down there, and I think there's probably a lot of time to figure out who may be the next Trick or the next Oba or whatever the case may be. Because I mean, it may take a bit for this moment to happen. I mean, you were talking about them chanting him here, but I imagine this moment in Vegas was crazy, like you were saying. Getting to capture those moments, but you need that time. I mean, I guess dare I say, we're talking about him. This was another one right here. That was real money that man was throwing out there.
Mm-hmm.
What
Mm-hmm.
talk about this one? What that NXT to the main roster pipeline? That the same goes for Trick, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I forget. Like, I've known Trick since he was like a background, like when they had like doing security. So to see him like, start off go to like with Trick and Mello era was like my favorite.
Yes, Trick
And
Mello
then him
gang.
to the superstar that he is, like he's also like again handsome, charismatic, talented. So it's just so crazy, and he had the crowd behind him. Like no one was going in wanting Sammy to win. Poor Sammy. So sorry, but just him like getting this moment, his first WrestleMania moment. I love that. I love that Lash also got her first WrestleMania moment. I really want it for Mello.
I love this.
Yeah, I really want that for Mello as well. But we'll get him there.
At some point, I think it's one of the things with Mello. It's kind of like they understood what they had with Mello. I think that's why he went to the main roster when he made. It's not like he had that world title or he had the NXT title for a bit. He had that North American title. That run was amazing as well. I think what happened was Trick showed up, and I think they realized very quickly. Even if they didn't think he was ready in ring, they knew that he could do what they was asking for, and a lot of that. Because I'm pretty sure that the first rap video that he did, he told me. I think he said he did the song, and then he said, "Hey, Sean, I got this thing because I'd rather say sorry. You know what I mean? I don't want to ask to do something and then have them tell me no."
Yeah.
And I think they saw that initiative, and once what was it last summer when it was him with that TNA championship, running things down there, that was like that was really the blueprint for what he's doing right now.
And I was there when he won the TNA.
Gosh.
Yeah, I think it was, what was it, last Memorial Weekend? Last year?
It may have been.
That he won it? I was sitting there ringside and I saw him win the belt. And I was because I was the person who I was the person who captured the TNA president cheering.
Carlos,
and someone messaged me from TNA saying that he was really happy that I caught that photo of him embracing Trick after winning the belt.
How often does that happen? Because one thing we always talk about here is making sure that we're in the room. You know what I mean? And we in a number of different ways, because there's a lot of fam likes to call it nuance that some people don't get just because they don't know everything that's going on. How often are you getting those DMs like, "Yo, I appreciate that. I saw that shot and I thought that was dope." You know, is that, I'm assuming that's fairly regular?
Yeah, I've been really blessed to have people reach out to me. Like, I've had some really nice wrestlers message me saying, "You did great this weekend. Thank you so much. Do you have any photos of me?" People who come to mind is Chelsea Green has reached out to me and told me how good a job I've done. Karrion Cross has reached out to me to let me know. So it's been even some of the social media people from WWE, like, "Hey, can we use this?" And so like they reached out to me. Well, yeah, WWE reached out to me for my video of when Jey Uso was coming out for Survivor Series, and I caught the video of Jimmy and Roman, like that small glimpse of Roman dancing in the background. They reached out to me and said, "Hey, if we credit you, can we use this video?" I was like, "Yeah." So I've had some really amazing moments where people reached out to me. I think by far the most shocking one I've gotten was like Paul Heyman, and I was like, wow. Yeah. Paul Heyman's like reached out to me to use some of my photos, and then Trish Stratus, like getting a demon from Trish Stratus. I was like,
God damn. Yeah, well, I was gonna say, the Attitude Era girls seeing some of these women that came up, around that time, being like, damn, that's dope. I really like, and again, I appreciate it because it's not like this was what you were set out to do. Like you found this because of your love of pro wrestling, and it's done. Like you said, you got nothing but blessings in return. I saw this photo of Jade. How many of them photos you got where she, that epic opening? I feel like you got to have so many of those storm those shots out there.
do. Yeah, I have this one. I have one from Evolution that she used, and I actually saw her that Monday because I went to an event for Netflix, and she was one of the guests, and she was just having a conversation to me about donuts, and I was like, because someone came with like these really popular TikTok donuts, and she's like, so she's having a conversation with me. I was like, hey, by the way, I want to introduce myself. Like, you use some of my work, and she's like, oh my god, thank you. She is gorgeous in person. Like, she is just literally so beautiful. I was just like, when she was talking to me, I was like, me? That video of like me, like,
yeah,
me? Like, you're talking to me? She is just absolutely gorgeous, and she's another one. Has a look, has the charisma. Like, I love that she had the belt for so long. I want her to have another title reign. I would love to see her. The day that her and Charlotte, the two baddest women, like, I can just imagine the outfits, the that these two will come out with.
it's gonna be nuts, and I think it'll happen. I think she needed the rematch. I think she needed to get over that, and who knows if that'll be Saudi or whatever the next time. Her and Charlotte could really have a big whatever stage they want for them. But yeah, that's on. They've been doing too much back and forth.
Yeah, the day that these two finally, I hope it's everything we wish for, because they Charlotte and Jade, they just exude aura, and I just, sometimes we like have these dream matches and they don't pan out how we want them to. I think these two, once they finally go head to head, will be everything that we wished for and dreamt of.
100%. I think there's no way you can look at, like you were saying, you can't look at Jade and not think that she's like $1 million. Gosh, I could talk to you about your photos a lot. I did want to. There was one more photo I did want to mention. I did, and because this was a surprise to everybody. I mean, nobody was expecting Bianca. Nobody was expecting Bianca Belair to come out, especially with the announcement that she came with. Were your eyes watering? Someone was cutting onions over here. What do you like in this moment?
So she came out and like we hear her music and we're like, wait, is that? Like, it takes people a second to realize, like, wait, is that Bianca?
That's actually happening.
And then she had this big blue coat, and I was like, oh, Not like in a bad way. I was like, oh, she's making an announcement, and like it's just so beautiful. I literally just tweeted like not that long ago. Like, she's so loved by everyone. Like, I just see like how happy everyone is for her, and it sucks that we didn't get like Bianca this year and Naomi, but it's also a beautiful chapter in their lives that they both wanted so much. So I can't wait to see. And look at her, like, how do you still have abs if you're like, what, I think 6 months pregnant? Like, that's crazy.
it makes no sense, but she is like a dare I say a freak of nature. You know what I mean? That is a different being in altogether. No, shouts out to her. Congrats to her and Montez. Shouts out to you. You mentioned places that you would love to go to Japan. Are there any promotions that you haven't shot for that you would love to shoot for?
Let's see. I've done TNA. I've done AEW. I would love to do more indie shows. We do have some in Orlando, but like I would love. There's so many other ones. Like I would love to go to Chicago and go to a few shows. California, Texas. There's just so many indie shows, and I love to see people from the beginning.
Right.
And like Mania, oh my God, I was just running around, like going to all the indie shows. I think I did more indie shows than I did like major promotions. There's just so many. Like who can I think of? I can't think of it. Like Kiera Hogan, was it Maya's World? Like
Maya World, yeah.
There's just so many women out there. I mean, that's what I really love. Like, I love women's wrestling. There might be a few men that I like support, but women's wrestling is like more my passion. Because they come out with these outfits and they have these big personalities, and I'm just like, women like rule, and I wish people would just focus more on them. And like, I would just love to go to more indie shows. Maybe AAA, I would go because I have never done like a lucha show. I think
Right.
that would be fun.
Or you can do it like CMLL. I mean, they're
Yeah.
loose, and they have a. I mean, I think the cool stuff with the women down there, is like they make like it's not like they forget that they're a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like they've
Yeah.
got the mask, and the mask is dope, but they're still making sure that their gear is the way they want it to be and everything. It's a real personality that it feels almost different to the men in how they present themselves with the mask, and I think it's really dope to see. And plus, just good. I'm on that note. I mean, mentioning women's wrestling. Are there any women that you haven't been able to shoot that you would love to shoot in particular?
I don't, not really. Like again, like I love to shoot like indie women, like Fallon Gray, who I got to shoot Emily J, Brittany Brooks. I love seeing, because I've known some of these young women since they were just Twitter fans. Like,
Right.
they were just fans of wrestling. So just to see them now is so crazy. But yeah, I can't think of, but like I rather like start from like indie shows, because you have more free range. You could just be who you want to be. But from the main roster, like I'm so sorry, but I wish I was more into AEW. They're just here's the thing. The shows are too long. I'm there all day.
It's a lot. No, yeah.
Cody will have you there all day long. And I'm just like, I want to die out.
I've been there.
If they had shorter shows, I'd probably attend more, because it's in Jacksonville, which is, I'm in the dead center of Orlando and Jacksonville. So I would attend AEW more shows, but they gotta cut down the time.
Good luck with that. That's the thing they love, is those 4-hour pay-per-views. And I'm not mad. It's good wrestling, but no, I totally understand. One of these days, we'll figure it out.
One of these days.
Danielle, thank you. Go ahead. What you gonna say?
We need to have an Evolution 3. It needs to be really. So sorry about my dog.
Yes, you're good. No, shout out to the dog. I think you're 100% correct. In seeing this and looking back and seeing this image, just like you mentioned in Puerto Rico. I think there was talk of Backlash maybe being in Puerto Rico this year, and that was a conversation last year. I've heard no conversation about a third Evolution show, which, I mean, arguably, I heard everybody said that was the best pay-per-view of the year for them. So it's kind of crazy to not think that they have something up, especially with Paige and Bree being back, and there's a lot you could do for a third time.
Yeah. I just, Naomi looks so good there. Can I also say, like, one of my other favorite photos that I love? Like, I'm Afro-Latina. Like, my mom's 100% Puerto Rican, and my dad is Trini and Black. And like, I love the photo I took of WrestleMania Philadelphia. It was Jay, Naomi, and Bianca, them together. And then my favorite photo that means a lot to me is when Zelina Vega came out in the Backlash Puerto Rico. That is literally, those two are my favorite photos, because I see myself in those women. They represent me. Those two are like, if people ask me like what's my favorite photos, it's always going to be those two. And Sasha Banks / Mercedes Moné doing the Sailor Moon split. Literally
Facts.
My favorit photos.
Like I said, that's why we need everybody in the room, because to make sure that I remember seeing that photo. She hit the whole. I mean, she was representing, and you got the shot. That's why we need everybody to be in the room. Danielle, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.
For anybody who does not follow you, where could they follow you? Give them your handles. Where can they find you?
So I'm DtfMania on Twitter, and I'm DtfMania on Instagram. I do have TikToks, but it's mostly just like I do post like videos from my point of view, and I'm also on DtfMania on TikTok as well. So yeah, I'm can't wait. Thank you so much for being on the show. And I when you hit me up, it was like, me? I mean, so many people don't realize that I'm Afro-Latina. So when people, I love being recognized for that, because it is big part of who I am. So
a big part of what we do is making sure. What was it? Was it Danny O'Ryan? There's a couple of people like you. I mean, Ricky Saints. We just sometimes years ago. Hey Ricky, we want to make sure, because being black is not a monolith, and there's so much that gets into our culture that to leave people out or to not make sure that people are included and under the umbrella and feeling like it doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we're again, we're just doing what we're here to do, and just like you are, just what you're put on this earth to do.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. I will choose to be Black and Puerto Rican every lifetime of mine.
Every day of the week and twice on Sundays. All right,
Yes.
that's it for us. BRP 50 season again. It is going down right now. BlackWrestling.com, YouTube.com/BlackWrestling. You already know the vibe. We're out of here. Catch y'all soon. Peace.